I don't think I've ever been more excited to open a t-shirt. If you grew up in the 80s and 90s like me, then there's a pretty good chance PBS helped raise you. PBS has been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. When I was a nitty bitty, I loved Big Bird and Snuffy on Sesame Street. I loved the calm and kind nature of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I loved learning about new books on Reading Rainbow, and watching so many other shows on PBS like Arthur, Wishbone, The Magic School Bus, Ghost Rider, Carmen Sandiego, Bill Nye the Science Guy, Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop's Play Along, all the classics that you forgot about, Shining Time Station and Thomas the Tank Engine. All those shows somehow managed to make learning feel like an adventure. So when I saw online that PBS had merch now, I couldn't resist. Back in the day, you could only get something if you called in and you pledged. We grew up poor, which is why we watched a lot of PBS. We didn't have cable. Maybe you'd get a thank you gift if you pledged a certain amount. The merch store, they have so much to choose from. I couldn't resist getting something, and I had a hard time picking out something that I really liked. They have vintage logos, they got modern logos, they have different kinds of shirts, other different types of designs. If you're a PBS nerd like me. I got a super vintage looking one. I love it. Fun fact, I actually worked for my local PBS for a while when I was in college. I ran camera for local programming, and I also edited commercials. This feels extra special. One thing I don't think people realize is what PBS actually is. PBS stands for Public Broadcasting Service. It's a nonprofit public television network. Instead of relying primarily on commercials to fund their programming, many local PBS stations are supported through a combination of viewers like you, and pledge drives, community support, foundations, businesses, and other types of public funding. The goal has always been to create programming that educates, informs, and inspires, and serves communities. Let's put the shirt on. And honestly, I'm a big fan of PBS. I think they do a great job, which is why I play it for my son, Nicholas, now that he's here. I've introduced him to Sesame Street on the PBS Kids app. He also loves Elmo, Grover, Cookie Monster. Those are his favorites. We enjoy the new episodes all the time, as well as the classics. Right now we're watching Big Bird gets his tonsils taken out. It's very comfortable, even though it's big. PBS isn't just for kids, though. As an adult, PBS has grown up with me, besides working there. My husband and I subscribe to the PBS Passport streaming app because we use it all the time. We pledge a donation to them every year so we can continue to enjoy their program. We love programs like Great Performances, Ken Burns documentaries, Black and White Night with Roy Orbison is one of my favorites, Standing in the Shadows of Motown, and now that my husband and I are of a certain age, we also enjoy Antiques Roadshow and This Old House. My husband's a carpenter. There are incredible concerts, history programs, nature documentaries, cooking shows, travel, drama series. It's honestly one of the best streaming apps out there. At least half of the content